Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Krugel. I'm one of the environmental educators with the New Jersey School of Conservation. And one great thing that I love to do is roll over logs when I'm going for a hike in the woods. And we have a log right here, and the best way to roll over logs is to make sure that you gently roll it towards you. All right, you don't want to stick your hands underneath or anything like that, because there could be something underneath that could potentially hurt you. And we also want to give that animal an escape route. We want to have a way to get away from you if it needs to. So I'm going to gently roll over this log towards me, and sure enough, we have our first salamander. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the roof back on the house of this animal, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it in a minute. So once you have your salamander in your jar, you want to make sure that you don't handle them too much. The reason being is because they breathe entirely through their skin and they don't have any lungs to speak of. So the more we handle them, the more they can take in a lot of those toxins and a lot of the oils on our hands. So you want to save the hand sanitizer and things like that for at the end of your investigation of looking under rocks and logs. A couple of things that you can do if you don't have very many logs around your area is you can get some boards that have not been treated with anything and just place them around in your own backyard. And a lot of times it creates this great microhabitat underneath for salamanders to live in. So, for example, we lift this one up. That's where we found this lovely salamander. So when it's time to put your salamander back, you want to make sure that your log is already back and rolled over, because you don't want to put the salamander underneath and then squash them when you put the log back over. That's number one. Number two, the reason why they like to stay under there is so they can stay nice and hydrated, so you don't want to leave them out in the open for too long, because they could dry up and they can get all shriveled up, and that's no good for them. So you want to make sure that you put them back pretty quickly. You know, take a look at them, but you want to always make sure that you put them back where they belong. And they also do that as a place where they can get their food source and lay their eggs. They are an amphibian species. There you go, buddy. So that means that they go through metamorphosis. They go through their larva stage though in their egg, where a lot of other salamanders and frogs, they go through their metamorphosis from egg and into a pond of some sort, and then have their gills and go through metamorphosis that way. Now, another fun activity that you can do with a downed tree is you can try and explore the tree for what we call bark beetles, or actually their larvae. So what happens is bark beetles in particular will lay their eggs in the bark of downed trees, and they make really cool patterns like this. And there's all different types of bark beetles. And what you can do then, after they've left all these really pretty designs, is you can take a piece of paper and a crayon, and kind of like you would do for a leaf rubbing, but just go ahead and see if you can copy that pattern down. All right, so we got a little bit of that pattern going on there from those bark beetles, which is kind of cool. You could do all sorts of different colors and really get artistic with it. There's your design. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you are inspired to go out and explore and look under some logs yourself. Let us know what you find.